Welcome to today's video. We are exploring the program Rockschool for 2019. These are the technical exercises. In this section, you will be required to play a selection of exercises drawn from each of the three groups. The three groups are Group A, scales, Group B, arpeggios, broken chords, and then Group C, chord voicings. Let's go ahead and explore these exercises, please. And it says here that you will be given credit based on your level of musicality. It says here also, the scales and arpeggios need to be played with hands separately in a straight feel, not swung. Ascending and then descending in the keys, octaves, and tempos shown, and we're going to demonstrate those. It says here, pentatonic scales are right hand only. You may use the book for Group A and Group B. Group C exercises, however, must be played from memory. But because you are my student, we're going to do them all by memory, right? Yeah. It says here that these exercises will be played, I think, with a metronome to a click, and any fingerings are only suggestions. Okay, so starting with Group A scales. Number 1, C major for the right hand. Let's go ahead and put our metronome tempo, and that's going to be at 52 beats per minute, and these are eighth notes. Okay, 52 beats per minute, eighth notes. Here we go. Release. Okay, in other programs such as RCM or in any other program that I usually practice or have my students learn, we would go over all the articulations. For that one, I demonstrated only as legato, but for my lessons, you will play all three articulations: legato, non-legato, and staccato. Okay, so be prepared for that. Let's go ahead now. Review left hand C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. Good. Okay, C major scale for both right hand and left hand. In this test, you will play each hand separately. Next, number 3, A natural minor scale. Same tempo, 52 beats per minute, eighth notes. You're going to start down here, A3. 1, 2, 3, 4. A minor natural, also Aeolian mode. Let's go ahead now for the left hand, same tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you end on a quarter note at the end for each of these scales. Remember, for those that are in my studio, you will practice these scales with all articulations, legato, non-legato, and staccato. And along with playing hands separately, you will also practice hands together. You should be that good enough already. Next, let's move on to number 5, C major pentatonic scale, and this is for the right hand only. All right, let's just review pentatonic scale. The notes are C, D, E, skip F, G, A. And looks like we're not going to C, we're just going to stop on A. G, E, D, C. So it's going to be those 5 notes and then descending. Once again, 52 beats per minute at eighth notes. Ready? Here we go. Keep that stretch there between 3 and 4, skipping the F. 1, 2, 3, 4. rest, a quarter note, at the last note. Let's review that pentascale one more time. Pentatonic. Release. Very good. The last scale of group A is going to be number 6, A minor pentatonic scale for the right hand only. And these notes are as follows, starting with A3. A, C, D, E, G. E, D, C, A. So we're going to skip B. We're also going to skip F. Okay? And the hand position is as follows. So you have these 3 bunched together, and then A to G. Like this, without B, without F. Let's go ahead and listen to this metronome, playing at this tempo. 1, 2, 8th notes, go. Quarter note at the end, once again. Quarter note. Okay, it's really a good idea to maintain your hand in the position of the pentatonic scale when playing, whether it's going to be for C pentatonic scale or the A minor pentatonic scale. Practice playing all the notes at the same time. And then, of course, broken. And there we have it. Group A scales. Let's move on now to Group B, arpeggios and broken chords. This will be a metronome tempo of 92 beats per minute. So let's go ahead and move our metronome to that tempo, 92 beats. Okay, let's go ahead and review. The first one is C major broken chord for the right hand. This will be played for both right and left, but hands separately. And what you're doing is playing the C major triad in inversions, except you're not going to go back to root position at the top. You're simply going to stay at second inversion and end on C. Let's go ahead and demonstrate. These are quarter notes played in 3/4 time. Okay, listen very carefully. We're going to play them non-legato, just for this particular instance. However, in my studio, you will play all 3 articulations. 1, 2, 3. We end on C with finger number 3. Descending from the second inversion. And we end with finger number 5 on G, which is the dominant of C major. Okay, making sure that your fingerings are correct. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, and then 1, 3, 5, both ascending and descending. Very good. As for the left hand, it's the same thing with inversions. The fingerings are 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1, ending on C. And then when we come back down, we're going to end on G. Both will be dotted half notes. Okay, here we go. Non-legato. Quarter notes. 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ended on C there with finger number 2. Descending from the second inversion, C major. G dominant for the last note, which is a dotted half note. Very good. Okay, so that was C major broken chord for both right and left hands. Remember, in my studio, you will play not only hands separately, but hands together with all 3 articulations. Next, we have number 3, which is A minor, a natural minor broken chord. This is the same deal as the C major. You're playing an A minor chord in inversions, ending on the tonic and then descending from second inversion, ending on the dominant, which is E, both as dotted half notes. Okay, this is 3/4 time, played in quarter notes, 92 beats per minute. Here we go. We're going to play this now, non-legato again. 1, 2, 3. And making sure that your fingerings are 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5 because of the fourth here, and 1, 3, and 5, ending on 3, ending on 5, dotted half note on E. Now for the left hand fingerings, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1 for this third here, ending on 2 on the tonic A, back from second inversion, 1, 3, 5, and then 1, 3, 5, ending on dominant E, finger number 1, dotted half note. Okay, so this is going to be quarter notes in 3/4 time, A natural minor, left hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ending on that dominant there, E, dotted half note. Now remember, all this, it does say that you can have the book in front of you for groups A and B, but if you are my student, you will memorize this. Okay, and as for the last group, C, chord voicings, this is just like RCM, where you would play the chord in the inversion, starting with the root position, going from first to second, and it appears that it's only going to be for the right hand. Now this is required for memory in the test for all users of Rockschool. It says here that the examiner will state the exercise and the key. They will say chord voicings, and it says here the test is performed in free time without a backing track or click. But the examiner will be looking for the speed of your response. Now, what that means is if the examiner was sitting at the table and they said, okay, play from group B, arpeggio, C major, right hand, go. Can you respond quickly to understand what that means? Well, yes, of course. That means I'm playing right hand, C major, arpeggios. Just like that. So you should be able to respond to any of these groups very quickly. And being that confident would mean you have practiced it at least 1,000,000 times. Okay, so back to chord voicings, group C. The first one is C major, and these are whole notes, 4/4 time. It says without any kind of tempo, so you can play this as you'd like, but you would want to play it nice and quick. Okay, let's go ahead and play these C major right hand chord voicings, which is just the inversions going up to second inversion, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so here we go. C major, root position, lift, first inversion, and then second inversion. For those who are my students, you will go back down to root position, like that. Okay, so that's C major, being able to play both inversions with the root. And the next one, number 2, is C minor. So we've not actually discussed C minor, but C minor is when you have your C major triad, you take the third, which is the middle note there of that C major triad, and you lower it 1/2 step to E minor. So now we have C, E flat, and G. Okay? So C, E flat, and G, the chord voicings are root position. First inversion is E flat, G, and C with fingers 1, 2, and 5. This is first inversion. And then for second inversion, G, C, E flat. These are to be played as blocks. Let's review again. C minor, root position, lift, first inversion, and then lift, second inversion. Those who are my students will come back down. First inversion, root position. Okay, so this was an overview of the technical exercises, groups A, B, and C. There are other parts to the test. There is a sight reading part. You actually have a choice between sight reading test or an improvisation and interpretation test. That can be practiced with any number of exercises. You should be familiar with how to sight read in my studio. My students will have ample practice for that, usually using the RCM program or other exercises. Or you have your improvisation and interpretation portion. This one here is explaining that you will be given either a 4 to 6 bar chord progression in the lovely key of C major, and then you will have to play an improvised melody based on the chord changes. And so this is also an exercise or activities that we will be discussing in my studio. Okay, so very good. Please practice these every day, and let's get ready for that test. Thanks. Bye.